I went in detail about everything that went on and that's going on with the Golden State Warriors as far as the Klay Thompson departure. So I'm not going to bore you guys with going over it again. That is in the last episode, literally episode 436. Go check it out. Bada bing, bada boom. But what I will say is the Golden State Warriors had a daunting task. Not just to make the team better. Obviously, that's what the draft and free agency is for. And especially when you're a team that is dealing the amount of contracts that they've been dealing with and trying to figure out how to maneuver when you don't really have a lot of money in the present, it's tough. But there was a daunting task, not only breaking up a legendary trio, a dynasty-making trio, but having to replace one of those three. Trust and believe, you're never going to replace what Klay Thompson has done for the Golden State Warriors. I don't think, that's why I said before, I don't think we will ever see that again. And I don't think that we will ever see a fandom, a fan base love a player like they did Klay Thompson. But when you look at reality and you look at what the transactions that have happened after Klay Thompson, I think that the Golden State Warriors have knocked it out the park. I'm not saying that they're championship caliber. They're a championship caliber team. And I know that it's crazy when you have someone like Steph Curry. I think that Steph Curry gives them a shot, obviously. You know my feelings about having a superstar on the team. But now, it hasn't happened, and I don't know if it will happen, but if they're able to get Lauri Markkanen, that changes this whole dynamic. I think that if they're able to get Lauri Markkanen and keep their core, like keep Steph Curry, keep Draymond Green, keep Jonathan Kuminga, if they're able to do that and get Lauri Markkanen along with Buddy Hield, I think that definitely catapults them into top 3-4 range in the West. But replacing a legend is tough. And in all accounts, Klay Thompson is a legend in Golden State. But I do think that getting Buddy Hield, getting DeAnthony Melton, or getting Kyle Anderson, those are present day players that can help. No, I don't think that, Buddy Hield is Klay Thompson shooting the ball. But I will say that the two best shooters statistically and the players that have made the most threes in the last, 5 years is Buddy Hield and Steph Curry. Now, no, even on his best day, even on his worst day, Buddy Hield is not a better defender than Klay Thompson. He has never been. Now, yes, we do know that Klay Thompson is kind of diminishing as far as a defender because of the past injuries and just his age. But Buddy Hield ain't never been a defender like Klay Thompson. I'm never going to disrespect Klay like that. But when you're given the task, especially this organization, when you're given a task like the task that they were given to replace or a legend, I think they've done a great job. I think Buddy Hield is a perfect fit for Golden State, especially when you talk about what he gives to the game, which obviously is offense. Incredible. And I think that Golden State is going to be a good team. Obviously, this is all banking on the behavior of Draymond Green. And quiet as it's kept, I think that was the biggest hindrance to their season last year. Draymond Green just couldn't get right, man. Now, no, I don't think that if he stayed the narrow path and did what he was supposed to do, I don't think that they would have been a championship caliber team, but I definitely think they'd be top 5 or 6 in the West, and they would have made the playoffs People forget they didn't make the playoffs last year or this year. So who knows? But I think it's tough having to replace a Klay Thompson. And I don't think that they obviously maybe this version of Klay Thompson, yeah, they probably did a really good job. I mean, I think Melton, Buddy Hield, and Kyle Anderson are great replacements. And I think that those three all together, definitely can give you the same amount of, at least this Klay, same amount of production that Klay was giving you. But I do think that they're still going to be a fun team. They're still going to be a very viable team to possibly make noise in the playoffs. I just don't think they're a championship caliber team yet. Now, again, all this changes if they are able to get Lauri Markkanen. If he becomes available and he goes to Golden State, that would change everything. But we don't know. So, yeah, shouts out to him, man. Shouts out to Golden State shouts out to Mike Dunleavy because he was getting heat. Again, and on top of that, it's also hard when you have to replace a legend in the front office. People love Bob Meyer. And I think Bob Meyer was smart in getting out when he did because he had so many, it's especially when the whole apron thing happened. It's not hard to see what's finna happen. I said it when that whole when they agreed to that, I said that is going to be the Golden State Warriors killer unless you look up 3-4 years from now and they're still title contenders, which is going to be incredibly difficult, which they aren't. You're going to lose one of these three people first. Like, you can't keep giving three players maxes over and over again. That's just not going to work. And as we saw the domino, So, but I do think they did a good job. Even though they also didn't get Paul George, that was obviously something that the Clippers didn't feel comfortable in trading him to. They rather lose him for nothing than to, give him to Golden State, or trade him to Golden State. But, I think for what they've done so far, I think Golden State's done they do got a bunch of guards, but I think that maybe a couple of them will get sent on a trade possibly. I don't know. But I do think Golden State did a pretty good job having, with the circumstances that they were given. So. Oh man, you stayed to the end of the video. I appreciate you. If you like what you saw, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you'll never miss any content from your boy. You can also go back and watch past episodes, past clips, and don't forget that the Unpopular Podcast new episodes drop every Wednesday and Saturday. Appreciate you.